maybe looks at it from an outsider's point of view, even though he really isn't an outsider, but it's where he's comfortable.
Yeah. And he's already got enough vulnerability with his daughter. I mean, for any spy, it's especially of his level, to have somebody that can make him vulnerable is a big deal.
Yeah. I hope we're going to see Kathleen again. I hope that wasn't just our little, this is why she's not a part of the story.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I hope we do get some interactions with her. But I did like how they had Casey handle that.
Mm-hmm.
Seemed fitting and very poignant and sweet.
Yeah. And how fun was it to have the no storyline?
Oh.
You got to build up to it with a little no. And then those situations where he just said,
and
like,
he's just telling her, no, woman. She's just, the look on her face.
The look on her face.
Yeah.
No, woman.
I was thinking, Chuck, you better sleep with the lights on tonight.
You know, when is he going to learn? When is he going to learn not to ever take advice from Morgan like that? Come on. Every time he does, he gets in trouble with Sarah.
Uh-huh.
That's a good point.
Mind you, advice can backfire not just for Morgan. The whole thing where Roan advises him to seduce Sarah, and then she does it back to him. But even though he knows that's exactly what she's doing, he's still just so well, I guess anybody would be.
Yeah, I mean, even I love Chuck in a suit and trench coat and sunglasses. I was like, yeah, bring it. But yeah, even me, Sarah wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
It was really good.
So do you want to elope? Yes.
And then as she's leaving, he's like, no, don't change. Forever. And then in the very next scene, she's wearing a turtleneck and her hair's pulled back.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'll show you. And then he calls her a ball and chain. Well, he doesn't really, but
not really.
Calls me a ball and chain.
The banter in this, it was kind of old school, like Hepburn and Tracy, and some of those really excellent teams from the golden age of movies.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it reminds me of, the banter in this one, which it was written by Kristen Newman and Chris Fedak, who need to team up on more stuff.
Yeah,
let's do this often, guys.
Yeah. I loved that Roan was in the background overlooking all of that, and he had his own bars to just throw in there. Enjoying the whole scene playing out in front of him.
Yeah, he spent a lot of this episode tied up.
Yeah, he did. He sure did. He didn't seem to mind, really.
Yeah.
I liked him a lot better in this episode than I did the first time we met Roan.
Mm-hmm.
I liked him a lot better. That was the John Larroquette that I liked from, Night Court.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a little less cynical, I think.
Yeah.
And that may be because he saw that Chuck and Sarah were together. They were in love. They were committed to each other. So he didn't really, it worked out for them. Bravo. Now, why are you fighting? Never go on a mission angry.
Yeah.
And another thing that struck me funny about the Chuck and Sarah argument with the wedding. She wants to elope. He wants a big wedding. What a flip.
Yeah.
Because really, it's really, the day is all about the woman, the bride. It really is. The guy, my husband used to tell me, just tell me, when to show up and what time, where and when, and you just do everything else. And that's pretty much generally, am I right, Gray? It's pretty much generally guys are like, you know what, you just take care of all the plans. Just tell me where and when.
Yeah.
And here's Chuck. He wants, the cake, the car, the whole darn thing.
Well, I thought they tied that up nicely at the end when they finally got to the root of what it was that was causing Sarah to reject the big wedding was, well, who would sit on my side of the church?
Mm-hmm.
Who would be there for me? I don't have anyone. And Chuck, bless his heart, he suddenly realizes it's been all about getting his family and protecting his family, getting his mother back. And now it's Sarah's turn. It's Sarah's turn to reconnect, for better or for worse, looking at next week's promo.
Well, yeah, and it looks like they've really opened the door to looking into Sarah's past.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like they did that with
She's
Chuck.
not, though.
Like when Chuck said, "No matter what, I'm going to find my dad," and then they took several episodes to dig into that part of his life.
Mm-hmm.
I
And Sarah's
hope,
the one that found.
yeah, I hope we get that for Sarah. But
But she was awfully reluctant. She was not. He was saying, basically vowing to find her family and reconnect her the way that now that his family is all together, he's feeling confident, and he wants the same for her. She did not seem enthusiastic about that.
yeah, well, I guess we'll find out why.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, how much fun was the General Beckman storyline?
The dirty blonde.
Time. Oh my God.
Oh, the stuff, the wall in Germany, the bazooka. I'm sorry, that like out of all of the images from this season, General Beckman with the bazooka is going to stand in my mind.
I thought she was going to fall over with that thing.
Oh,
She's so little.
yeah.
I was really tickled that. I was really tickled that she decided that she assigned them a personal mission. She flat out said, "This is off the books.
Yeah.
They'll get Roan." And Chuck's like, "What?" And Sarah and Casey are smirking. Well, there's a history. Florida 2000, Berlin 89. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of knew something was up when you first see her. She pops up on the screen and she's got a drink in her hand.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, and actually the it was really, really good writing, I thought, with the whole how integrated the villain was into this like love triangle with Rowan and that whole scene where he's talking to her on the phone, I thought was really, really cleverly written.
That was clever. 'Cause I was thinking, is this his daughter? Who is he talking to?
Mm-hmm.
Probably, it was more affectionate than I would have expected, but yeah. She was pretty great.
Yeah.
And she was, running things. She got to stay in the van for a change and run things. And then we had Casey trapped in the wall.
Yeah. The 127 hours.
Ready
reference.
to cut his arm off to get out of there because he's stuck.
Yeah.
127 hours reference.
Yeah. That's the name of that movie.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he saves the day with the gun through the holes after he'd almost been shot.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty clever. I liked that.
Yeah. And in the end, how Beckman is the one who basically turns Roan down.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least, well, not exactly turns him down, but this whole time he's been afraid of letting her down, and really she was thinking the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty nice.
Yeah, they come to a mutual understanding at the end there, which was nice.
Mm-hmm. And it was so lovely to just see her let down her hair and be like we see her outside of that. I mean, really, the first 3 seasons of Chuck, she pretty much could have been in the same room most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it was nice to see her so much out of that sitting at the desk.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed seeing her in this episode. I don't know. I kind of thought it was her episode.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like it, which surprised me. And it's not what I expected given the promos and the synopsis that was released. But I think this was Beckman's episode.
Yeah. Though, I mean, a lot of characters got serviced. I mean,
yeah, they did.
We had significant advancement in Casey's relationship with, both his daughter and Morgan and Kathleen. We had all of this wedding storyline with Chuck and Sarah, and obviously getting past some significant issues there, and Roan had some great scenes.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, and then Mama B and Ellie, which actually, if anything, the one thing that I think some people were disappointed about, I know Lou mentioned it on his review, was how quickly Ellie dismissed Mama B. What do you guys think about that?
Dismissed her, or
well, in the sense
her?
that she it seemed like for the longest time that Ellie was really wanting to be involved, or wanting to have her involved, and dreaming that her mom could be part of her life again. And now that Mama B is around and taking care of the baby, it seemed like Ellie just pushed her away at the end.
That's not how I took it. Did you, Liz?
No, I didn't see that at all.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all.
No, to me it was Ellie recognizing that Mary is not a person who can retire, or she's not ready to retire.
Yeah.
She's not ready to be a full-time grandma.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Ellie didn't want to keep her from doing what she loves, which is being a spy. Yeah. And she's really good at it. So she basically released her.
Yeah, the only thing I think that I wanted to see there, I guess, is it would have made that would have totally made sense to me if we saw Ellie like recognizing a sign that she was not happy to be with the baby. But out of everybody through the whole episode, it seems like she's totally content with this baby being the grandma.
That's not the issue, though.
Mm-hmm.
She is content, but she's not. She's not her life. Claire's not her life. And that's what Ellie said. You know, I'm the one that needs to do that. You're the grandma.
Yeah.
You know, Ellie's the one that needs, because Mary said, you know, I want to give her everything and be here for her all the time. And Ellie said, well, that's my job, which is true.
Right.
You know, so Mary is welcome to come back and visit. I never got that she was like banned or anything, or, you know, pushed away. But basically, to me, Ellie was saying, it's okay. Go ahead and go back to your job and do what you love. We'll be here. You know, just like my mother with her grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
My mom's not a spy. Don't get me wrong. But,
well, neither is mine. And she was a great help when my kids were born for the first week. But then after a while, you're like, you just want everybody to leave anyway.
Yeah.
Especially with the first one.
Yeah.
So there might have been a little bit of that too, you know. Mm-hmm. Ellie and Devin wanting to just be the three of them. You know, you get to that point where you just want it to be the three of them for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting, though, that it's kind of I wonder if that's a gender lens there.
Yeah, it could be.
Fans, tell us if you're male or female and what you thought of that scene, what you thought Ellie's intentions were.
Yeah. I guess everybody comes at it from a different place. I know with me, like, both my parents died about 10 years ago, and they weren't a part of my daughter's life, and so to me, I think I'm probably a lot more sensitive to that than most people.
Well, I can see that, but at the same time, can you imagine them there 24/7 when she was a baby? How long would you have been able to handle that?
Nah.
Yeah.
When you've lost them.
Yeah, I don't know.